Hey, Austin Ali here. Welcome to my weekly YouTube series where I share with you new compositions, performances, and a window into the life of a composer. And in May 2020, the life of a composer had changed a lot. As I approached my college graduation, all of my concerts, including my senior recital, were canceled. But as the saying goes, the show must go on, so I adapted. I reached out to friends and learned how to live stream a concert from my bedroom. And today, 6 weeks later, I would like to share with you the recording of that recital. Let me know in the comments which pieces you like, and subscribe for more cool music. Hi, this is Austin Ali, and welcome to my senior recital. It is an absolute pleasure to have you all here with me tonight. I am so excited to share you all of the hard work from my 4 years at the University of Texas at Austin as a music composition major and Plan 2 major. It's really exciting to have you here. I'm going to give a little bit for everybody to trickle into the stream. It's wonderful to have you all here. Just as a quick comment, if you would like to make a comment in the comment section, the chat section on the side, please make a quick Twitch account so you can send me your regards from wherever you are. Thank you so much. And I'll have Alex, my brother, running the chat sometimes, so you won't know if it's me or him. It'll be very mysterious. We have a 1 hour long program tonight of all original music, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about what you're going to hear. So you're going to hear some music I've written for the trombone choir. You're going to hear some music I've written for wind ensemble, for jazz music, classical music, film music, video game music, and the recital is going to feature some of my very, very favorite collaborators that I have worked with. And I have a whole list of all the people that I'm going to thank, because it is a lot of people. It takes a village, and I'm so thankful for every single one of you for tuning in tonight. And as we have more people trickling into the room here, I would like to announce the special guest at the very end. It's going to be, I'm going to spoil it right now, it's going to be Big Y's Brass Band. So stick around for the end. It's going to be pretty fun. All right, first on the program, I am very, very proud to show you my first composition I wrote at the University of Texas at Austin. It is called Full Volume. It is written for a trombone octet, and I have some very special people I need to thank. The first one is the performer. His name is Christopher Bill. He's a pretty awesome guy. Google Christopher Bill if you don't know who he is. He makes awesome viral videos on YouTube. He is the epitome of an online musician in the best way. And he's been doing this for years now. And I also have to thank my good friend Justin Roderman from high school for referring me to Christopher Bill's composition competition. Justin told me about it back in 2016 in my freshman year of UT. And he said, Austin, you should submit a piece for this. And so I composed a new piece called Full Volume, because it really is loud. It's written for the trombones. And it was selected as first place in Christopher Bill's composition competition, and he recorded it and put it on the internet. So you'll see that Christopher is all 8 of the trombonists recording himself. And of course, this is before the days that we were all locked down and were doing these online recitals. So he's really a pioneer. I look up to him so much as inspiration, as a true online musician, someone who can really build a presence online. And the last person I'd like to thank before you hear the music is Dr. Nathaniel Brickens, who is the head of the UT trombone choir. He gave me a chance to have this music played beyond YouTube in a live concert, multiple live concerts. He gave the sheet music to the UT trombone choir, and they did an absolutely amazing job playing it. They played it in at least 4 occasions. They brought it out to the International Trombone Festival in Redlands, California, and they won first place playing it, beating the Juilliard Trombone Choir. So that's enough talk. I am really happy to have all of you here. I hope I have stalled for enough time to get people to come in the door. So without further ado, this is Full Volume, performed by the one and only Christopher Bill. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. That was Full Volume, performed by the one and only Christopher Bill. If you're just tuning in now, welcome to my online senior recital for the University of Texas at Austin. It's so great to have you, my friends and family here, joining me on this evening. I hope we can all take a moment to distract from everything that's in the outside world and just focus on the beauty of music. And that's what I really hope to achieve tonight. And one more quick note for the rest of the night is, please bear with the, as you may have seen, buffering in the video. It's the nature of the medium. So I thank you so much for your patience, and I'm really excited to share more music with you. So the next piece on the program is directly inspired by what you just heard, Full Volume. This next piece is called Three Converging Paths, and I wrote it for myself in the style of Baroque composers. However, I adapted it for a totally 21st century medium, the online ensemble. Just like you saw how Christopher Bill played with different video images of him in the same composition, I'm going to do the same thing myself. This is my first experiment in writing for online music, and I have to give a big shout out to my professor, Dr. Marianne Wielden, who was the teacher in my counterpoint class, my senior year of college, and she gave me all the tools to make a convincing replica of Baroque music. And without further ado, I'm going to transition us to Three Converging Paths, performed by me. Thank you very much. And we're back. That was a quick one. Thank you very much for listening to Three Converging Paths, composed and arranged by me. And you may have wondered, well, if I wrote that for school, I graduated last week, right? So why am I having my senior recital a week after I already graduated? Well, it turns out I had a live senior recital scheduled for April. Of course, we were all locked down, so that couldn't have happened. And it turns out that I graduated. I did graduate last week, and this recital is totally an extra thing. And I've actually already received an A for the recital, so now I can subject you to whatever I'd like. Just kidding. It's going to be very school appropriate. I am glad that we just got that out of the way. This is why this is a live experience. Now, I would like to introduce you to my next collaborator on the program that I met at the University of Texas. However, not in a class. I met him at a wind ensemble concert. Mr. Mike Dean is an exceptional clarinetist and human being who continues to inspire me with how he plays the clarinet and how he connects with human beings. And we both watched an astonishing concert by the University of Texas Wind Ensemble just over the past year. And we met each other in the audience, just sitting next to each other, just watching this amazing concert. And we just got to introducing each other. And when I said I was a composer, he said, "Oh, okay, write a piece for me." And I thought, wow, what an amazing thing for someone to trust me, that much, to ask me to write a piece for them. And I did. And in our conversations, Mike and I, the first thing that he told me was, I want it to be an emotional piece. And I knew exactly what to write about. So Mike is a clarinetist, and I knew another exceptional clarinetist my freshman year of college, and his name was Bailey Sikorski. And the reason that this is so emotional to me is because my sophomore year of college, Bailey died from a rare form of cancer. and the news was very, very shocking to me, and it was very emotional. I was very, very, very sad to hear this news of my friend passing away. And here's why I was so inspired by Bailey in particular. I met him when I was a freshman. He was a junior. He was an engineering major. We both lived in the same dorms. He was my resident assistant, RA, and Bailey took me in like one of his own. He was a band kid. He was his high school drum major. He was just an expert at the clarinet. He loved music so much. He grew up wanting to play in the New York Philharmonic or the Metropolitan Opera or the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, and but he also wanted to go to space. And so we bonded over our love for both music and space. And he was actually so talented of an engineer already. By his junior year of college, he was working for Lockheed Martin Space Systems, designing parts that would actually go to Mars. So Bailey showed me what a truly talented and beautiful young person could accomplish, and I miss him dearly. And Mike translates all of this powerful emotion for how I was inspired by Bailey into this piece. This piece is called Transposing a Feeling for Bailey Sikorski, performed by Mike Dean. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike, for that emotional and moving performance. I know it honors Bailey's memory, and may Bailey Sikorski rest in peace. In peace. Thank you very much, Mike. And now I would like to move the program to a very big ambition that I am doing just for you guys. So here's what's going to happen. As what you've seen in the past performances in this recital have been pre-recorded performances. Some of them from just the past month, the past few days, and one of them from a few years ago that inspired me to write compositions today. Now, they've been pre-recorded, but you came here for a concert. You came here for some semblance of a live connection between human beings. So I'm going to try and deliver that to you right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition into a setup where I have my keyboard right in front of here, and I'm going to play a piece I composed for solo piano called Ricochet. Now, I have a few important people I'd like to thank for making this piece possible. And that would be Farshad Zadeh. He was my piano teacher back at UT, and he gave me the tools to be able to actually play this piece. And I played this actually in his piano lessons and played it in a recital at the end of my time studying with him. And I'm really proud of the work that I've done learning to play the piano in addition to the trumpet. And then I would like to show you, after I show you the piano version, I would like to show you a version I wrote for Jazz Orchestra, and a lot of really awesome people helped me with that, and that would be Dr. John Mills, who has been my composition instructor for the past year and a half, and he's taught me so much about the music industry and jazz music and jazz history and just being a good artist, and I couldn't be more thankful to John Mills for helping me with this composition. I would also like to give a huge thank you to Jeffrey Helmer, the director of the UT Jazz Orchestra, for always giving me the chance to write new music for the group. He's been an amazing, amazing supporter of me and my music. I'm really, really thankful for Jeffrey Helmer. I also would like to give a big thank you to Mr. Thomas Wanglinski, one of my buddies for 4 years now, playing together in all sorts of groups in UT, notably Big Wise Brass Band. Remember, stick around for that near the end. But Thomas was the one who mixed the audio for this recording, and I couldn't have done it without him. Or he couldn't have done it without himself. He did it, not me. He did it. And I'd also like to thank the UT Jazz Orchestra when that piece comes back around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition into moving my piano here and getting the audio set up, and we'll be right back. Treat this as a mini intermission. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody, I'm going to give it a shot to send my piano playing through the internet to you for the benefit of having a live experience. Let's see how this goes. This is Ricochet. I actually don't have anywhere to transition to. Next is Ricochet for big band. I transformed the whole piano piece that you just heard into a piece for the University of Texas Jazz Orchestra. Please enjoy Ricochet Part 2 for big band. And also, this will be an excerpt from the performance. If you'd like to hear the whole performance, I'll have the video posted on YouTube. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you guys so much. That was Ricochet for Jazz Orchestra. And that wonderful gentleman that you saw just step on stage was Paulo Santos, one of my great friends from the University of Texas. We played together in Big Wise Brass Band together, and as you saw there, in various UT jazz groups. Actually, we played this year in two different jazz groups. We played in the Jazz Orchestra and the Alternative Improvisational Music Ensemble. And Paolo is one of the most talented human beings I've ever met in my entire life. He's a lovely person. We were roommates when we toured with Big Wise to Guatemala. He's a wonderful person. And I will have the link posted where you can watch his wonderful alto saxophone solo and all of the other wonderful soloists like Thomas Wenglinski and Fabio Agustinus on the drums there. So some really, really wonderful people that I've gotten the chance to work with, and these gentlemen, and Paolo, Fabio, and Thomas are just three. Some amazing, amazing musicians all around from the Butler School of Music. Huge shout out to the Butler School of Music. Now, I would like to show you some more insane, talented people that I met at the University of Texas. And let me tell you, these people will knock your socks off. So these people, let me tell you about two right now. So I met two amazing filmmakers, one named Jill Young and another named Emma Rappold. And I met Jill Young in the Austin Bergstrom International Airport, of all places. We both had a flight from UT orientation back to Dallas, and it turns out that both of our flights, we got it canceled. So we were stuck in the airport, and there were a few other UT students there. All the UT students, we somehow gravitated together in our shared despair of our flight cancellation, and we had a nice conversation, and some of us became friends. And I'm proud to say that Jill is a friend. Now, at the end of the conversation, I said to Jill, if you ever need a composer, I'm your guy. And it turns out, a year and a half later, she said, I need a composer. It's time. Because she was making a film with her roommate, director Emma Rappold. Now, these two amazing women, Jill and Emma, were students on full scholarship to the University of Texas, and they decided to make a feature-length film as undergraduate students at the University of Texas. And it's pretty amazing. They brought on some amazing people on the film team. For example, Yasmin Maharam and Will Clark. So amazing. And these people were also on full scholarship to UT. Amazing human beings. They brought on, I'm telling you, amazing human beings. So they wrote this movie called Dear Leo, and they asked me to be the composer for it. And they said they wanted it to be for an orchestra. And so more insane, talented people I found along the way here. I went to the Butler School of Music, and I found the best string players I could, and I put them together in a string orchestra, and I brought on a pianist named Noah Simon. We put together this insane chamber orchestra, and we recorded a soundtrack for a 90-minute film, and as mostly undergraduate students in that ensemble, and they were amazing. And there are more people that I'd like to thank for helping me compose this film score. Andy Stoltz, who is the head of recording technologies at the Butler School of Music, whose expertise in the recording studio and on stage brought the sound to a crispness and awesomeness that only he could bring. So thank you, Andy, for your expertise. And he also brought on the team Jesse Eubanks, an amazing composer and audio engineer, and just amazing artist all around. Jesse Eubanks helped out in the audio department for the movie. Now, some mentor figures that helped me compose the soundtrack to Dear Leo, and that would be Yevgeny Charlot, who was my #1 mentor at the University of Texas. He was there from day one. Yevgeny Charlot is the face of the UT composition program. He is an amazing composer, an amazing mentor, an amazing family man. He's just a wonderful guy, and everybody looks up to him. And I'm so thankful for him just taking on this project with me. I said, I'm going to compose a film score. And he said, all right, let's do it. Bring me this sheet music. So he's amazing, Dr. Yevgeny Charlot. And you'll be hearing his name again here tonight. Another person who I couldn't have done this film without was Sam Lipman, who is now faculty at the Butler School of Music. He teaches film scoring, And he was so generous with his time. He let me come into his house and watch him doing his own film scoring in his own studio. And I watched every little detail that he was doing, and he would quiz me and he would get me on my toes. And sometimes I'd come in and I'd use some of his sounds and say, can I steal that sound? And I'd stole some sounds from him. He's an amazing guy. Sam Lippman is amazing, and I couldn't have done it without him. One more person, Matthew Thomas. I brought him on. He's now film scoring out in LA. He graduated from UT with a degree in composition, and I brought him in as the session manager to keep me on track, and he did. Matthew Thomas, amazing composer. Check him out. Okay, everybody in that orchestra, the Dear Leo Orchestra, thank you, and thank you for everybody else on the film team for making Dear Leo possible. All right, that's a lot of talking. I would love to show you some scenes from the movie. It's about the relationship between a girl going to college named Annie and her younger cousin Leo, and they exchange letters between each other. It's a really cute, funny, and tragic story, and I don't want to spoil anything, so let's see what we can get from these little scenes that I'm going to share. I'm not going to share the whole movie, but I'll have a way to share the whole movie with you, but that's for a future date. So thank you so much. This is going to be scenes from the movie Dear Leo. Thank you very, very much.
I gotta go. You ruined it.
I didn't take my sister to
You
camp.
can't just bail on a tradition.
You can.
This is different.
Hayden is clearly more important than the rest of us. Why'd you lead me on?
Connor, we're going different places. There's no point.
Yeah, but there's a point with Hayden.
Connor, we're friends. It's not weird. That's like our thing.
Maybe it's not a thing anymore.
What?
I love you.
I think it would be helpful if I wrote down some of the important people in my life. You can refer back to this list whenever you need. 1. Connor, my friend and ex-boyfriend, but it's not weird. We broke up because he moved to Chicago, but he moved back last semester because things are weird with his parents' divorce.
We decided not to get back together because we were going to different schools, and well, it would just be weird.
So things aren't weird.
I write music, and I've broken my arm 3 times.
2. Hayden Lopez. We became friends when we took PE together freshman year.
I'm beautiful, sometimes cynical, and intimidating.
She scares me. 3. Scotty K. We've been friends since the dawn of time.
Well, actually, 2 years before the dawn of time. I care deeply about everyone, and I love caramel apple lollipops.
I would actually kill for her.
What?
Well, not actually.
Oh, okay.
Time in college moves about 1,000,000 times faster. Something about sleeping and eating and living and working all in the same place makes the days blend into each other. The world is bigger and quicker. You feel like if you don't keep up, it's just gonna leave you behind. So I don't have my drawings on this yet.
Man, that last scene really gets me. When I first read the script to Dear Leo, I cried because it's a really emotional story, and I can't wait to share the whole film with you soon. Thank you so much for watching those excerpts of my first ever film score to a feature-length film called Dear Leo. Thank you so much, and thanks to everybody involved with the project. I now like to show you something similar, but also something completely different. So today, you might have seen we made some awesome American history today where we had a private company fly two Americans from American soil to the International Space Station. 9 years ago, we stopped the space shuttle. We stopped sending Americans from American soil to space. And finally, we've had the company SpaceX come in and champion this new era of spaceflight. Now, why the heck am I talking about space? Well, it turns out that over my college career and maybe beforehand too, I have become obsessed with space. I shout out to Grant Fisher for buying a telescope with me, and we've had a pretty amazing adventure exploring the stars, and I have found inspiration from everything astronomy and space travel in my music, from the scores of John Williams to The Planets by Gustav Holst to the space explorations that we're seeing that's inspiring a generation of Americans. And kind of in the vein of the space travel, I'd like to show you a collaboration between me and the one and only Alex Ali, who is my brother, and I could not be more proud of him. So he is a freshman at the University of Texas at Austin, and he can do some pretty amazing things in electrical and computer engineering. That is his major. He ended the school year with a 4.0 in both semesters, and also third place in his engineering embedded systems competition in an honors class. So pretty amazing accomplishments. Oh, get this. Don't tell anybody, but he was offered a full-time coding job out of high school. Yeah, he was. So I'm so proud of him. We came together to build our first collaboration, a video game called SpaceY. That's space with a Y, kind of like space with an X. And the whole point of the game is to guide a rocket down back to the surface of the Earth. Instead of being about the launch, it's about the landing. As you might have seen today, the most amazing thing for me was watching the Falcon 9 rocket booster come back to the Earth instead of being deposited in the ocean, millions of dollars lost. That's kind of the amazing innovation I've seen in SpaceX. So the idea for the game is to guide this rocket down, get through the obstacles, and eventually get caught by a drone ship in the ocean. So Alex has developed a prototype to show you, and I have scored the music to it. It is my first ever electronic composition, and it's been so much fun to collaborate with my brother, and we're going to send you a lot of updates. So make sure Alex is going to throw a link in the chat to my new email list so you can hear more updates from this game. And let me pull up SpaceY for you. This is going to be Alex playing the game, guiding the spaceship back down to Earth. I hope you enjoy SpaceY. Nice. Nice playing, Alex. You did a great job navigating the space obstacles. Um, I don't think my high score was as good as 206. That was really good, buddy. He made an addicting game, and yes, the credit goes to Alex. And yeah, I'm the graphics guy right now, so we got a lot to work on. But I hope you enjoyed the music and the programming. Yeah, that's anyway. Thank you so much for listening to SpaceY. And by the way, to answer your comment, Joseph, that's an 8-bit. Most of the sounds are 8-bit or inspired by 8-bit sounds, to answer your question. So that was SpaceY, and I've got more space music for you because who doesn't want space music? I don't know. I love it. So this is what I'm passionate about. So the next thing is basically my culminating experience at the University of Texas. So I joined another major at the university. I took on a major called Plan 2, which is an interdisciplinary program that allows you to have a thesis at the end. And I'm really, really proud that I was able to write a creative thesis where I merged my love of music and astronomy together and wrote a thesis called A Musical Portrait of Triton, the Rogue Moon of Neptune. And it's all about the backstory of this insane moon called Triton. And if you've never heard of it, you're never going to forget it after this because its story is insane. And I wrote a whole thesis on it, and my brother's going to throw a link where you can read it. And I promise it's a good thesis. I'm actually very proud to say that I was awarded the Mitchell Co-op Award for an outstanding thesis this year. So UT's put a stamp of approval on it. That's some tuning of the own horn. Okay, strike that from the record. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to show you a performance by the UT Wind Symphony under the direction of Dr. Scott Hanna and conducted in this recording by the incredibly enthusiastic and talented Cherie Williams. And I have some more people to thank for this project because there are some amazing people that helped me along the way. Kyle Henkel, my composer colleague at the Butler School of Music, he was the one who recorded this video and sent it to me, and I could not be more thankful for him. We've had some wonderful conversations about composing, and I'm really thankful for him as a friend. Thank you, Kyle. I'd also like to thank Donald Grantham, or just basically one of the best composers in this entire universe, one of the most humble gentlemen you'll ever meet. He's faculty at the University of Texas at Austin. He was the one that nurtured my first conversations about composing a piece of music about moons in our solar system. So thank you, Donald Grantham, for supporting me in my vision to write this piece. Thank you to Yevgeny Charlotte, who was my primary advisor for my thesis project. He was there every step of the way. He advised me, he critiqued me, he made me make not only the best version of my academic writing, but my musical composition. So that man is amazing, Yevgeny Charlotte. Yes, Yevgeny Fan Club. And I would also like to thank Andrew Delantonio, who came on the thesis project midway on short notice as my second reader. And he brought so much insight and amazing advice for me as a scholar and musician and musicologist and just thoughtful human being who you can have an amazing conversation with. I love Andrew Delantonio. Thank you so much for advising me as my second reader. And I'd like to thank everybody at the Plan 2 Honors Program for supporting me as well. And every single performer in the UT Wind Symphony for performing Triton the Rogue. So I'm going to play you an excerpt of it, and then I'm going to have my brother shoot the link to the full version on SoundCloud, where you can listen to that moon and hear its crazy, crazy backstory, which will be in there. All right, this is Triton, the scary, spooky moon of Neptune. That's not the official title. I'm losing it, guys. All right. much for listening to that short excerpt of Triton the Rogue for Wind Ensemble, performed by the amazing talents of the Butler School of Music. So thankful to everybody in that school. It's an amazing community to make music, and I'm really, really proud of everybody in that. And it was an amazing way to cap off my experience at UT. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I have 2 more pieces to close out the program for you, and I have more collaborators to introduce, and they are pretty stunning. So the first is Leo Sussman. Now, I met Leo Sussman when we were both at the Atlantic Music Festival up in Waterville, Maine, out there in the Stephen King forests, and we were both participants in what is called the Contemporary Ensemble. Now, Leo was one of the performers. He's a fantastic flautist, just kind of stunning in his playing, and you're about to see why. And I saw Leo performing all sorts of composers' music in this contemporary ensemble, and I was struck by his playing. Now, there were 2 contemporary ensembles, and I, as a composer part of the program, wrote for the other ensemble. So Leo was in number 1, and I was writing for number 2, and so I didn't actually get a chance to write any music for Leo. And I was just so stunned with his playing. It was a little sad that I never got to write a music and collaborate with him, because I knew how good he was. And lo and behold, just a few months ago, Leo puts out a post in our Atlantic Music Festival Facebook group, and he says, I am putting together a new suite of pieces for the flute and collecting it from different composers that I've met. Would anybody here like to join? And we rose our hands. Several of us composers rose our hands. And so what Leo is doing a reinterpretation of a Baroque dance suite, which is a really awesome way to show off the ability of a flute to just kind of master the instrument. And Leo is a master of the instrument, and he taught me a lot in our conversations about the piece. So the movement I wrote is called a Gigue, and I will let Leo tell you about it himself. I'm just so proud to get the chance to work with Leo, so thank you so much. And also, I would like to give a huge shout out to another composition teacher that helped me along the way, Dr. Chris Trapani, who advised me on this piece and helped me make it idiomatic for the flute. And Chris Trapani is just a powerhouse composer in electronic, acoustic, and everything in between. He's amazing. So thank you to Leo, thank you to Chris Trapani, and I hope you enjoy Gigue. Oh, and we'll have Leo tell you about it too. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Leo Sussman, and I'm really excited to premiere this next piece by Austin. This started as part of a larger project reinterpreting the Baroque dance suite, and Austin's Gigue, the last movement, is in the atypical meter of 7. So here we go.
wow, I gave Leo a really, really hard piece for the flute, and he freaking nailed it. So thank you so much, Leo, for this amazing collaboration opportunity to work with talent like you. And thank you, everybody, for listening. I have our exciting Big Wise Brass Band coming up very soon. I have some more thank yous that I'd like to say to everyone. This has been so much fun, and I'm really, really thankful for the outpouring of support that I can peek over and see in the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. And I'd like to thank my friend for 4 years now, Abhi Rao, who is an amazing human being. It's impossible to put a label on Abhi because he's a flautist, a neuroscientist, aspiring doctor, amazing friend, and board game enthusiast. And he advised me as well on that flute composition. So really, really thankful to Abhi. Thank you, man. You're an awesome person. Thank you. I'd also like to thank some people for this next project that's about to come up. So this next composition is called Number 24, and I wrote it for Big Wise Brass Band. My brothers and now one sister added on to the band. I love these people like my family. It has been the most fun experience of my entire life getting to play with these amazing human beings. And we put together this video of Number 24 for a very special purpose. So I was actually reached out to by another amazing human being. Her name is Margaret Sue. She it's impossible to put a label on her either. She is a scholar. She's going to be actually a Marshall Scholar, which is a full ride to University of Oxford. She's going to get 2 master's degrees in 2 years. Yeah, pretty insane people that I get the chance to meet here at UT. And they're paying for a plane ticket. They're paying for everything. It's pretty amazing. And so Margaret Sue, she told me that NPR was giving the opportunity to musicians that weren't able to perform in South by Southwest this year, the opportunity to be featured online as Tiny Desk affiliated artists. So Margaret told me about this opportunity, and I called everybody at Big Wise. I said, we got to make a video for this. We got to send it to NPR. And so we did. Everybody in Big Wise was so excited, and they each pitched in their own unique contribution to this video that we're about to show. And I'm so happy that they also let me put it on my recital. So we just recorded it last month. We sent it off to the Tiny Desk concert. Let's hope we win and get sent out to play the concert. But it was an amazing collaboration, and this project would not have been possible without the amazing talent of Miles Holmes, who is the world's only and world's best jazz mellophonist. He was the producer for this recording. He put together the entire video, and he put together the audio. So really, really thankful to you, Miles. And I'm going to really miss you since I'm leaving UT this year. And I have to thank Wyatt Corder and Chase Osment for being co-composers on this song. They both wrote sections of the music, and that's why I think this composition is the epitome of collaboration, because it's just our ideas stitched together, and I'm really lucky to have these guys as my brothers and family. And also, I'd like to thank William Wright and Paolo Santos for coming up with the wacky name, Number 24. Yes, you guys are awesome. Love you both. And everybody in Big Wise for playing the snot out of this piece that I wrote for you. It's been amazing. It's been amazing having all of you. Oh, I have even more thank yous. This concert was inspired by the folks at Less Than 10 Music, who are a bunch of artists in Austin that put on concerts just like this, but better. And they donate all of their proceeds to charities in Austin to support local Austin musicians displaced by lockdowns and pandemics, or the pandemic. So I'm really thankful to Less Than 10 Music. James Tabata and Jordan Walsh were the people who inspired me. They gave me advice. Okay. Thank you to my family for supporting me every step of the way since infancy. Thank you to everyone who's attended this concert. Okay, now what you've all been waiting for, this is Big Wise Brass Band playing Number 24 I'm so thankful. This will close out the senior recital, and I'll have Alex send some links. Thank you so much. Love you all. Thank you.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Big Y's Brass Band here. I'm Big Y. We're gonna play a song for you called Number 24. We just won the Best Horns and ATX Award, Austin Music Award. Let's go!
Oh my God, that was so much fun to put together. That was number 24, played by Big Wise Brass Band. Wow, it's been a really cool, really fun time making my first online recital for you guys to enjoy. It's been an amazing experience at the University of Texas at Austin. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, all my roommates, Joseph, Vinay, John, James, Kyle, you guys being there to support me. Thank you to all the family members, everybody who's joining in the chat, every single one of you, all of my colleagues at the Butler School, all of my teachers, all the high school teachers that inspired me, and the middle school teachers before that. And okay, I thank you, thank you. And oh, what am I holding this for? I have news. I will be attending the University of California, Los Angeles this year, 2020, for my master's in music composition, studying with Ian Krauss and Richard Daniel Poor. I am so proud to take what I've learned from UT and go out there to California and represent the Longhorn Nation out there. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. That's a wrap on my first and last senior recital. I actually really enjoyed this, so maybe I'll do more streaming concerts. Please check out the social links that Alex is throwing in the chat under my name, and follow that email list that I put in there so you can hear more updates on the musical adventures and everything. Thank you to everybody. All right, have a wonderful night, and I hope that that you're able to be distracted from all the bad news with some music. Thank you.